Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And what's it been, man? Like 3, 4, 5 days since I've actually made a video. Your boy been having too much fun streaming. I had a bunch of y'all hit me up on Discord and in the community section saying we gotta make some more 15-20 minute character showcase videos. The streams are cool and all. By the way, man, thank you guys so much for popping into the streams and showing your boy some love. It's very refreshing, right? I do love talking to you guys in real time. So for this video, as you can see, man, we're gonna be taking our first look at Daken, the son of Wolverine. Now, I know some of you guys are probably wondering, why is Daken the first character I'm taking a look at in this update, right? When we have a badass looking uniform here for Bullseye. By the way, I have Bullseye built up. You can tell I'm in the top 800, right? I have Norman built up. I'm in the top 200, right? Moonstone, not yet. Need to tier 2 her. I have Scorpion built up. I was testing him out on stream the other night. I have him in the top 200. Why am I taking a look at Daken first? Well, Daken, like I just said, is the son of Wolverine. He's supposed to be like kind of strong, right? Good genes and all. Or at least I was kind of hoping that they would redeem the disappointment that is Wolverine in this game, right? We have multiple different versions of Wolverine, and every single version is a disappointment to me as a big fan of the character. Now, for some people, his son coming in the game and potentially being stronger than him, that would rub them the wrong way, and I completely understand. Deep down inside, that would hurt me too. But if his son comes to the game and he's also trash, that's kind of bad, and it kind of sends the message that these developers, they have a bone to pick with Wolverine, man. No pun intended. They really don't like this guy. And on the APK, this guy seemed very underwhelming. Like, he seemed very easy to use. You could chain his skills together very fluidly. And for the most part, because he has Wolverine's healing and he has damage immunity on his fourth skill here, and he also has iframes and the healing obviously from Wolverine with super armor on his fourth skill, so he doesn't get guard broken, right? He's actually not bad. Like, he's not bad. However, his damage on the APK seemed very underwhelming. And I kind of chalked it up to being like an APK, a test server, an incomplete build, the valor being very low, the cards not being what I'm used to from my own account, the build not being good enough, all these things, right? That's basically what I chalked it up for. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait and see when he comes to the live server. Is he better? Is he worse? What have you, right? So that's what we're gonna take a look at today. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to decide. Personally, for me, he seems like a decent character, but I feel like most of you guys are just gonna look at him and see one thing: Shadowland, or maybe Alliance Conquest, because like I said, his skills mesh together very nicely. He has a native heal, and you'll see these big buffs on this guy. Wow, a 50% all attack buff for 10 seconds, 16-second cooldown. So if you have 50% reduced cooldown duration, that means you're keeping that 50% attack buff up the entire time you are using it. That's really good. But then you can stack that with a 35% all attack and all defense crit rate buff, again for 10 seconds, 16-second cooldown, 8 seconds once you have max cooldown duration. Really good, right? So 35 plus 50, that's 85. You give him a leadership and a support, he should be slapping really hard, even without any kind of defense down. And they even gave him an additional heal. They gave him iframe ignore, a 100% chance to penetrate everything. I don't know what they were thinking, because honestly, I feel like he's not going to be that good for PvP. Maybe if he gets a tier 3 or an awakening or something, but I don't think you're gonna need this skill for anything, maybe Alliance Conquest. But the other two skills don't really offer that much. Tier 2 passive is really good. It gives him super armor, all defense, damage reduction, and ignore dodge. Very, very good, right? So overall, a solid kit. He's set up nicely, and I think they're possibly setting him up for, I guess, his Wolverine or Dark Wolverine / Dark Avengers uniform. We could be getting one for him, because if you look at the tags that we have here, you will notice he doesn't have the Dark Avengers tag, and the Dark Avengers tag actually exists now. As you can see that people like Sentry, Norman Osborn, and a few others already have it. Daken and Scorpion, they actually don't, and we know that in the Dark Avengers run, these two actually play different roles. Scorpion becomes Venom, right? So he becomes a Dark Avenger, and this guy becomes Wolverine. So they should have the tag. We could see two uniforms come for them. So maybe that's why this guy feels like he does. And Scorpion is good. Video coming on him, right? He's good, but he feels a little lacking. So we'll see if that's the case, and maybe that's why they leave these two like out of the loop. Let's take him into some gameplay. I'll run you guys through the build really quickly. It's basically just a standard build for me. I gave him some crit damage, some ignore defense, some cooldown duration, obviously, and he comes natively with 50% ignore dodge. His crit rate is at 47. That's because once you tap the forge skill here, you're gonna get an extra 15%. I'm gonna give him some more eventually once I build him out, right? But I just wanted to see like a standard build on him, and we're just gonna test the damage and see what he looks like. Again, on the APK, I was not very impressed, so I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to let me know, right? I'm gonna go here on like stage 60. Might be reaching a little too high, but with all these buffs, right? 35% all attack buff, 50% all attack buff. I expected him to do more than I'm seeing, honestly, right? Now, 2 Wolverines in the game and multiple different Wolverine uniforms, and none of those actually have damage accumulation of any form, right? We have the son, he doesn't have damage accumulation. We have the father, he has multiple uniforms and no damage accumulation. And we also have Hulk, no damage accumulation. But every other goofy character in the game, they can put damage accumulation on them. I don't understand, right? And I feel like these are characters that should have accumulation in their kit because they fight very ferociously, right? You can see like the damage on him is not looking very good, but this is a stage 60 with a level 60 character, but still I expected him to realistically do better. The skills mesh together nicely, and because he heals, he does a good job bouncing back, but he's not a tank by any means. One really cool thing is because he has the super armor built in, the blade twister won't guard break him while he's charging up his forward skill. And as you can see on his third skill, he has paralysis, which is pretty cool because you can interrupt world bosses and just kind of pull them out of their skill and throw them off a little bit. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool kit. Okay, we landed and he got one-shotted. Okay. All right, buddy. So definitely by no means is this guy a tank. So just because you see some damage reduction in his kit, don't think you're going to be tanking any blows. And just because you see all those big attack buffs, don't think you're going to be like doing insane amount of damage with him. It's just not there for what I'm seeing right now. It's kind of unfortunate. But for those of you guys who didn't want this guy to come to this game, maybe you never heard of him before, you're like, wait, Wolverine had a son? What the heck? I didn't know Wolverine had a son and he's gonna come to the game and be better than Wolverine. Don't worry, this guy's gonna come and he's gonna live in Wolverine's shadow, kinda, sorta, right? This kill right here, it looks cool, but like it's also kind of goofy at the same time, because sometimes the boss will just run away and he's just spinning around in the circle like a goddamn Beyblade and doing nothing. Like, it's strange because sometimes I proc, okay, sometimes I proc on the, okay, right there, the entire force skill got canceled. This gets, I get this. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So sometimes I proc on the fifth skill and sometimes I proc on the fourth skill, but both of them just seems to do like underwhelming amount of damage. I don't know why they gave him no accumulation or no defense down, bro. By the way, in case you guys are wondering how I have this guy built up so quickly, I used one of the mega rank up tickets that I had in my inventory, and one of the mega tier 2 ticket that we've been getting every month. Was it worth it? Hell no. But again, I have every other character built up, and we keep getting them every month, so I can spare a couple, right? Even if I'm on the free to play grind. You can kind of see how this guy is kind of a bummer. Yeah, like look at that. This is disappointing. All right, so Daken's damage is definitely not Toy Master level, all right? But yeah, it's definitely not wowing me. So I'm gonna use Daken here with Taskmaster. Reason why we're doing that is because he has the Weapon Master tag, so we get to take advantage of the ignore dodge and the extra crit that Taskmaster provides him with, because I do believe this guy he doesn't have skill damage and bonus damage. Okay, so he doesn't have skill damage and bonus damage, so that's actually pretty good. So Taskmaster's gonna give him skill damage and bonus damage, and he's also gonna give him some ignore dodge. So this is the Weapon Master tag, well, tag buff, right? So yeah, okay, let's see if we can actually cut through this. We're gonna go with, I think we only need 2. Yeah, 2 ignore dodge strikers because he has 50. Let's see if we can actually put in some work with this guy. Honestly, I am very... What the heck? How did he lose so much HP so quickly? Come again? Okay, my third skill instantly cancelled. Alright. Lovely. Fifth skill did like no damage there. Love to see it. Team up is his worst skill. Charges right into the face of the enemy. You love to see it. Okay. Fourth skill. Instantly cancelled. Alright. Fifth skill has him spinning like a goddamn Beyblade. Targeting no one. Alright. Cool. Fifth skill did nothing there. He got hit twice and he almost bled out. Alright. At least Wolverine is tanky, bro. This guy, this guy, this guy. Again, if any of you guys were wondering, should I use a mega tier 2 on this guy? Should I use a mega rank up ticket on this guy? No. You should not. But hey, I'm not your parent. Ask your mommy, ask your daddy. I'm just showing you guys what's good. Like, his skills mesh together okay when they're not being constantly cancelled by the boss doing all kinds of shenanigans. But he's not very strong. You have better options. Invest in those options. Okay, this is the poor man Sabretooth. Okay, with no defense down, no accumulation. He has healing, but alright, let's just toy with this man. Stab him in the chest. Oh, really? I thought I could stop him from doing that. Why do you do this to me again? Okay, you guys see that? Corvus was in the corner standing. This man decided he was going to actually go off on whatever adventure. He decided to become a Beyblade for whatever reason and just spin wherever he wanted to go. Ah, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, he's gonna die. That was a decent amount of damage. I guess putting him with Scarlet Witch would be a good thing, because Scarlet Witch would give him defense down and mind control. That mind control to stop him from getting his skills constantly cancelled. And and defense down so he can do some extra damage. Yeah. Yeah, this is a bummer, man. Alright, boys. I decided to drop Scarlet Witch in with a full set of strikers. And yeah. Should be interesting. We did more damage there, but I do believe that is because we had the 4th skill buff going alongside the 5th skill buff with the defense down from Scarlet. Yeah, I believe Scarlet Witch is the best striker for him. It gives him a lot. The extra control from the mind control is nice, and the extra defense that, well, not extra, just some defense down, just makes him so much better. You can see the difference that having a couple strikers in here makes compared to before. Now I don't have to chase this guy as much. Yeah, definitely makes a massive difference. It's like 45 seconds difference, and that's just on the first phase. It's gonna make a fight that was damn near like impossible for him to do before doable. I guess that's what strikers are supposed to do. Let's stab him in the chest and jump into the 5th skill. And let's use the 4th here. Jump right back into the 5th. And since the 5th, well, not just the 5th, but since his skills are not constantly being cancelled anymore, that's why we're doing so much more damage. You can see it. Yeah, and because of the lingering defense down effect from Scarlet Witch, yeah, man, Scarlet just makes this guy look so much better. Now, some of you guys are gonna say, why didn't you do this from before? Well, I want to show you guys what his actual damage looks like, and it's not very good, right? But once you put him with some strikers, he'll look better. So looking at this, he could probably go up to like a 65-ish, maybe a 70. So I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. But to be fair, I never said he was the worst character in the game. I just said his damage was just kind of bad. So yeah, there you have it. My first take on Daken. Is he great? No. Is he bad? No. Should you use a mega tier 2 advancement ticket to get him early? No. Was he worth it? No. That's just my opinion though. Keep in mind, that's my opinion based on my investment. Okay? So we're gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am gonna build this guy up some more. I'm gonna test him out some more. But for now, I don't think you need to be in a rush to build this guy. If you're going through the epic quest, take your time. If you get stuck on him, farm his bios. By the way, I just want to send a shout here to Netmarble. Big shout out to the Netmarble development team for once again showing me why I am boycotting this game. Do you guys remember when they added the tracking missions for the other epic quests? Like, for example, in here in Space Prison, when you do this mission, even though they kind of finagled us, right, they basically toyed with us by putting Phyla-Vell on here but making it so that you can only farm Gamora bios. So you know what happens when you do this mission one time, guys? Guess what? You are guaranteed to get a bio for the character literally every single time. Every single time you do this mission, you're guaranteed to get a bio. And when you go to the other epic quest, it's exactly the same. You go to this one, you go to the one for Deadpool, and you go here for Messy Friends, it's exactly the same. However, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason. Anyways, Netmarble has showed us once again that they just care about one thing and one thing only: money. So when you come here and you're trying to farm bios for this guy, just to make your time of building up this character even more difficult, to kind of force you, well, not kind of, to force you to spend more money, or just money in general, right? They made it so that this guy's bios is not guaranteed to drop for every time you clear it. So the other missions for the other epic quests that came before, if you did 10 runs, you would get all 10 bios. For this guy, you can do 20 runs, 30 runs, and that's sometimes it will take you that many runs to get his bios. Again, at the end of the day, you're just spending energy, but it's just more resources that they want you to spend, just basically because they want you to have a harder time building up this character, and they made sure to go out of their way to not include him into any selector that you could possibly get from an event for X genes or what have you. They made sure not to put him in the Shield Lab processor, right, with the other mutants that you could get free to play. This thing right here, right? They made sure he's not in the danger room, right? They just wanted to slow you down as much as possible while doing this epic quest, to kind of incentivize you spending money to get this guy from a biometric selector, even though he's kind of lame, right? That's just what it is, right? That's my 2 cents on him. He's okay. He's not great. He just feels like a bootleg Sabretooth Wolverine clone that's not very good. That's just what it is. But they just want to mess with players even more. Gotta love Netmarble, man. Sorry, you gotta love the Marvel Future Fight development team, right? Because Netmarble is the parent company. They eat off Future Fight. Everything that happens in Future Fight has to get approved by them for sure. At the end of the day, these ideas are being brought up. They're being developed by the Future Fight development team, right? So they gotta get the heat. Anyways, man, catch you guys in the next one. Be safe out there. I'm gone. Peace.